Maybe they fixed being able to undo and turn when your opponent's snap sheet. That's a good thought. I'll have to try that. Thanks for the 20-month Steiner. Appreciate it. That is a bug that desperately needs fixing.
This just in.
Edge. That's fine. I didn't want to play my She-Hulk anyways. Joke's on you. They drew Mind Stone with Time Stone, so it was like the pre-nerf Mind Stone. Alright, it's fine. We're gonna rock their world, chat. Doing Mobius to stop their Mockingbirds. I mean, they're already going to have another Mockingbird jet. I just want to fill their board up here. Assume they play one Mockingbird out. Victory. I'm putting 3 more cards onto their board. They're going to have like 1, maybe 0 spots here. Yeah. So there's no point in worrying about cheap birds if they don't have any room to play them. Bean Sallow, thanks for the 12 months. Appreciate that continued support. Welcome back. Edge. Alright, we'll have some precision to use this Hobgoblin next turn. Stone over here. So I need to draw a Sunspot, so that way I can pull Titania back and slam Cannonball middle. The Covia taking our only play on turn 3 was tough. The fact that we had to pass just meant we lost too much tempo. Oh, this card's less useful on 5 because of this. Pretty unlikely that they fill the Nexus this turn.
Oh, snap. Victory.
Snap. Right in true Marvel Snap Classic. War Machine doesn't mix well with Lockdown. Does anybody know what he synergizes with? So War Machine is a card that will have synergy with, Infinite, and what's his name? Infinite and Ebony Maw. Giganto too, to a degree. Thank you for the 17 buds. Welcome back.
Opponent snapped.
Just some comp. I think it's just like this, right? And then we plan to like try and kill them with Cannonball next turn. Hey, Venom. It's real good. Well, they're copying the Venom too. Yeah, I think we're dead. This is gonna come as a shock to some of you. But this Cannonball is significantly worse than Shang-Chi would have been here. I don't know if Shang-Chi wins the game, but Cannonball definitely does it.
Escaped.
Grekky Debris does look good in gold. You are correct. This deck had some okay stats on Untapped. I was playing some cards that I like. I.e. She-Hulk, Sunspot. So far, not super impressed. We'll see if that changes as we play. Thanks, Brad. Snap. Next turn I get to go Arbor, Wasp, Ebony Maw, which sets us up for 14 points of power in a lane. Or now we do that. Only gets us to 11 here, but gives us a solid chance to win these other two while making them commit at least 12 to here. Now we blade. Stop it. Yeah, I think it's Sabretooth, and then we'll pass on 5 for Hulk plus 2099. Or do I 2099 face up so I can Cannonball next turn? She-Hulk now. Maybe? That means I can't. I think I want a Cannonball next turn. Do I? you're right. That's just better to play a 16 power card. Krakoa is the best new location they've added to the game in a long time. I like it a lot. It creates interesting gameplay and sequencing decisions.
Victory.
Deck is not great into Death's Domain. Cannonball, punch their thing into there. They look to be someone who is good at into Death's Domain. I'll throw Ravona here so we can go Hope into Hobgoblin here. Bona, Nightcrawler. A combination you frequently see. Part of me wants to snap on that being their best play. And I think I'm gonna do it. I was gonna say, I don't want to snap because we're so behind into Death's Domain, but I think with Peeling Magic, that dynamic changes. Need information on change in today's update. Usually those small updates are just bug fixes. Shade Sunspot. If I do this, this will cost me 2 next turn. I don't know if my body is fully prepared to lose to them playing nothing center and us kicking their cannonball in there. Alright. Whew! Here also the cannonball and dryer. I must have miscounted the center, huh? Oh, they probably forgot to subtract 3 from Jeff moving. Likely what happened there. I will say the best feeling cannonball decks I've played involve Magic. He feels like a card that really benefits from having that extra turn. Yes, debris is very good in these decks too, but magic is also important. It still isn't worth spending a key for Cannonball. So, are you telling me you've already spent 3 keys and you could guarantee Cannonball in a singular key? Because I will tell you that anytime you can spend 1 key to guarantee a Series 5 card, you should always do it. You've spent 0 keys now. You should not start pulling towards Cannonball. But if you're someone that took like 3 keys to get Miss Marvel, and you're like 1 key off of Cannonball in the literal sense, you should definitely spend the last key to get a Series 5 card. That's always true.
Oh, snap.
Even if it's Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck is Series 4, so your gotcha question is invalid. Fuck off. Vision is such a good Marvel Snap card, gamers. So good. That's for the game. I'm at 22. They're at 6. This beats some forms of blobs. It's beating Goliath. I think we're staying. I don't know if my body is ready to kick call to the left. Sometimes lucky, rubber ducky. We had to win a coin flip here, but it is worth noting Shang-Chi would not have won here, yeah? Shang would have been -5, so we would have been 14 to 13. We needed the extra stats. Started playing recently, and I'm still in Series 1. It's baffling to me how the matches change in the upper series. Yeah, it's a completely different game, Three-Headed Monkey. Your game will actually change twice before you're through it. When you enter Series 2, the game changes pretty dramatically. And then when you break into collection level 600 plus, it changes markedly again. Cannonball is a serviceable Marvel Snap card that I could never in good conscience recommend anybody spend resources on. Would we have won with the call going left? I actually didn't count it, chat. You might be right. I didn't count it. I just assumed we lost an eye to the left, but you might be correct. Snap, semi-bluff. I don't think I was bluffing at all there. And they had played absolutely nothing. I had a Professor X with the Daredevil. I think we were fine. Curious to see what the actual data is on players queuing into top meta decks at collection level 600, because honestly I'm very skeptical that that's a thing that's actually happening and not a thing that people just complain about happens. Players, it feels bad to queue into people who have cards that you don't have. However, there are people at the exact same collection level as you who have cards you don't have, and vice versa. So the idea that your opponents that you're queuing into automatically have cards a lot of people make the assumption that someone having cards that they don't have means that the person that they're playing into is collection complete, and that's not how reality works. That is a wrong assumption that people frequently make. Hey, Woody, thanks for the half a year. Welcome back. Gamers, if you're looking for another excellent Marvel Snap content creator to follow, make sure you tap the heart. Over Woody's name at the top of chat there. He's very good at what he does. Oh, last. I needed one more energy here, yeah? Looking like a pretty good board for us. No, this is a terrible board for us, chat. They're in an Nihilist deck. That's average Twitch chatter. We're actually just in a can't win position. Board looks pretty good for us. we can X the right. Yeah, then how do I win the center, gamers? Please articulate to me how I'm winning the left or the center. How do I win either of these locations? I need one more energy to be able to She-Hulk or Cannonball. Typical Twitch chat. Looks pretty good for us. Actually, we just can't win and have to leave. Oh. Oh, gamers. Solara, thank you for the 2/3 of a year. Welcome back. Appreciate it. Cannonball is a very playable card that you definitely should not spend resources on unless you are a huge whale. It's very playable in extremely niche decks, none of which are likely to ever be the best decks in the format. Can cards switch sides under Professor X? No. Well, we can dodge Snow Guard. Magic actually tends to be pretty good in the Loki matchup, because they fill their board up aggressively, and we help. If you are someone that has double-digit Spotlight keys and tens of thousands of collector's tokens, pick up what's his name and have a good time. Thank me later. Being able to Professor X and Titania together on turn 5 seems pretty gross with Daredevil. Big surprise, gotcha bitch energy. Oh my god, they top-decked Snow Guard. That's so annoying. I talk about this all the time, but that's always how I end up losing to Loki. It's not because they Loki'd me and beat me with my cards, it's because they untap and they draw exactly the perfect banger off their own deck. Every single time. I lose to Cannonball or She-Hulk on the right. And just also. I think I have to leave. I can just lose to too many other cards. I had chances of top deck Shang-Chi as well. Just to our own cards as well. And that's just like the power of this card into Limbo, right? It's asymmetrical information. My opponent gets to play turn 6 knowing whether or not there's going to be a turn 7, and I don't. easily the best draw in their deck on turn 5. Evan Berg, thank you for the 25 bucks. Appreciate that. Welcome back. Zegna, thank you for the 10 bucks. Good morning, good morning. That's not even a hindsight play. Suggesting that I should have Professor X the path that had their scaling threat into it is like, it's just a bad play. It's not remotely good. Not to mention it operates under the assumption that they hit their best possible card, yeah? I guess we knew that, though, because we had Daredevil, but still, you should never hit their scaling path. Yes, and goblining wasn't an option because we didn't know they were going to Hawk or not on 6. Our draw here kind of sucks, gamers. My body is fully ready to get Modok on the right, but we'll lose 4 cubes and cut to an ad break if we do. Ooh. So you're saying there's a chance. Take a chance on me. Do-do-do-do-do. We should hobgoblin middle to lock their location up. Yep. 100%. It's a shame we don't have She-Hulk in hand already, because then I could pass this turn, but I think without She-Hulk in hand, then he'd just slam this stuff down. So, Cannonball kills Dracula here. And then Daredevil sends Titania across. They play 1 card, she comes back. They play 2 cards, she stays where she is. They play no cards. I'm winning 10-5. Let's see your Shang-Chi do this, gamers. Yeah, I assume it's just like Modok +1. Their last card's gotta be Apocalypse, yeah?
Victory.
We found the Dracula counter, yep. Just needed a clean path. Alright, gamers. You're gonna get 2 minutes of adverts. I'm gonna get 2 minutes of pedaling on the bike. We're gonna play some more Cannonball Clutter when we get back. Thanks for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. ZX, thank you for the baker's dozen. Welcome back. Alright, 2 minutes of cardio. Does Cannonball always kill Drac there because there's a rock? Yeah, Cannonball hits the highest power thing, which in that case was Dracula. I'd sell my Cannonball stocks at this point because they're not going higher. Yep. Papa Bjorn, thank you for the prime. Appreciate it. Was the sequencing of Titania before Daredevil intentional, or did it not matter? You should go back and listen to me explicitly talk about why I played Titania in the order that I did. I talked specifically about the ordering that my opponent could play their cards in and why I played my Titania in the spot that I did. We've not ever been to medieval times, but it's something we've talked about taking the kids out to at some point. I'm about 2 hours south of Chicago. We do weekend trips there periodically. Can technically day trip it. That's a little bit far. We also have a campsite that's about 50 minutes from Chicago. A little bit north of where we live, so we're up that direction more during the summer. I do not keep track of any sports that do not start with an E. My dad was born in Chicago. Yeah, I was born on the south side. My wife and I grew up in the Chicago suburbs before moving down to central Illinois. That seems kind of terrible for us gamers. I think it's This... Yeah, they could be a Valk deck. I don't know.
I am Iron Man.
I think we're dead. I assume they're Valking a center is the problem. I suppose if they're Valking a center, they're not adding more here, yeah? Does this ever win the game? I'll limp for one and see if this wins the game. I know we have priority on the right. Oh, I need an invisible woman to go mid. Rip. Alright, we lost that 50-50. My assumption of what they were going to do is correct. We just needed Cannonball to land. No, this was my assumed play they were going to make with the Hobgoblin there. Just needed this to go to the center. Thanos Gamer here for our opponent. Hoping to draw a Daredevil or a Renslayer next turn. They have our Professor X. Their blob is not super useful to us. Surprised they didn't just fill this. I guess they're filling it next turn anyways. Assume we're dead at this point. They know we have Professor X, so we can't cheese them with it.
Opponent snapped.
In fact, they could cheese us with it. I haven't played Reality Stone yet, so I can't lead on Limbo. Yeah, there's no reason to say they have 10 energy.
Escaped.
Well, that makes snapping Goblin into Space Throw no longer tenable.
Opponent snapped.
Was thinking about snapping them, chat. The problem with Goblining Machine World is they could Dracula Machine World and they have priority this turn. No, you want a Green Goblin second, so that way if they play nothing here, Titania jumps across. If they play a card right, Goblin jumps and Titania stays bed. It could be right to debris, honestly. Sunspot, please. Lovely. Just lovely. Do I snap them back at this point? The problem with debris mid is it means I can't pull my Titania back. I guess, I could do this. This could lose if they discard a Helicarrier, I suppose.
Snap.
Okay.
Victory.
I should have snapped him back on 4. I was a coward. This deck helped me climb to the top 1,000. Sad it will become obsolete with War Machine. I don't think that's strictly true. Like maybe you move off of Professor Xing people without War Machine, with War Machine coming to the game, but
I am reborn.
the Clutter package. The Clutter package still stops people from being able to play their stuff out because their locations will be full.
Oh, snap.
I think in the long run, War Machine will probably stop Professor X's play rate as much as Supergiant did. Yeah, long term, it'll definitely be probably whatever. I think it is worth noting though that part of the issue with, I think it's definitely worth acknowledging that part of the reason why Supergiant fell off though is because the cards suck shit into what's it called? It specifically sucks into Goliath. War Machine's play rate in the long term is going to depend on how powerful just like cheating Ebony Maw and Infinite is, which it might not be enough. We'll see. War Machine, one of those cards that even if you don't pull for him, he could shift the meta into a less bad place. Maybe. I don't know. It feels like the meta takes a long time to move in spots like that. I assume they're leaving it, we're only getting 2 cubes here, but it's a pretty sure thing that we're getting 2 cubes. Oh yeah. Fill her up. Done here, right, bud? They just want to run the rope down before they concede.
Victory.
Use hope to ramp into Maw and Infinite. Sure. But one of the neat things about War Machine is that you don't strictly have to save Ebony Maw for the last turn. You can just play Ebony Maw on curve in the early turns of the game, and then War Machine's text also just lets you play into his path after the fact. So he combos with Ebony Maw on 2 axes. He lets you both play it late and early, which is nice. God tier, Jeff. Please, we're both gonna draw a card here if they want to move their shark.
Oh, snap.
T-minus 2 hours till the War Machine gets here. This could get us into trouble. They could be like a Kitty Pride or like a Nightcrawler deck. But it's a really high upside play if it works. Narrator, it did not work.
Escaped.
Nah, I'm not doing viewer decks today, Echo. We spent most of yesterday losing with bad viewer decks. Just can't do it. I have a threshold for how frequently I can be a punching bag. Thanks for hanging around, Zintoth. Welcome back. Great Portal, 2 games in a row. Insert, is it a feature location comment here from Twitch chat? Show me all secrets. So I'd put them to 15, 17 here. Meaning I'd have to soak an amount that's not tenable. If I do this, there's a world where this could win, and they haven't snapped, so I think this is the line. Yeah, I think that means we're dead. This deck is a very bad matchup into the style of deck that the opponent's playing. They're often an onslaught deck as well.
Escape.
10 free power for the opponent, 2 free power for us. Not stellar. And honestly, I feel like these types of matchups, or like the Destroy matchups, highlight one of the reasons why it's so hard to attack Thanos. Like, I think our deck probably has a legitimately good Thanos matchup, but you're polarized into enough other B tier things in the format that, like, you can't realistically call this deck a best deck in the format ever, I don't think. Because, like, if it gains any sort of metagame percentage, it just gets edged out by other things people easily have access to. I think Hope Summers and She-Hulk Moon Girl is fine against people that aren't playing Mobius, but the best and most common deck in the format is playing Mobius, and it's just not competitive into that. So, it's one of my favorite kind of decks to play in Marvel Snap, but in general, I think this metagame is very hostile to it. Your deck just, like, ceases to function against an entire archetype. Which is our single card, a card that's played in the most common archetype. Patriot matchup here, rough. We were having a good set with this, but looks like it's getting slammed to a shut here. It could be Cerebro too. That's true. Which case Monster Island's messing them up. I was thinking of Patriot, but you're right, they're probably Cerebro too. I'm gonna full soak here, yeah? And then I get to go She-Hulk, Cannonball, Titania next turn. Any thoughts? And I'd like to see Thanos adjusted. I'd like to see Thanos gutted and then slowly have power added back to it over the course of some amount of weeks, as opposed to the current pace of constant paper cuts that ultimately don't change anything. Far too long of Thanos being on top, and we need just some relief. Yeah, just nuke him from orbit for a little bit. Oh my god, we almost lost this game, holy. How close.
Victory.
I think there are definitely numbers where the current design of Thanos is interesting and not overbearing. I think there's way too many numbers inside of his kit to figure out exactly where those numbers need to be and how many stones need to draw and all that. It's a really complicated question to figure out. The Thanos numbers no dive after the first Quinjet Lockjaw nerf. Yeah, but we're like 800 new Marvel Snap cards being introduced that are good in Thanos since then, yeah? Like that bit of history doesn't strike me as being particularly relevant. Echo, it's been a while since I've seen her. I think those are beneficial for us generically.
Snap.
How long could Snap sustain a new card every week pace? So for people that are new to card games, Marvel Snap releasing 60 some odd cards per year. In comparison, Magic the Gathering releases tens of thousands of cards in a year. So the idea, I found among non-card gamers, a lot of people think Snap's content rate is really fast, when the reality is it's the opposite. Snap's content pace compared to other card games is incredibly low. One card a week, sometimes two, is a very nominal amount. I got just full soak here so the Goliath doesn't do anything, yeah? And then I do this, and then I have Cannonball for the left. Cannonballing the Echo actually turns out they're Miss Marvel on the left. No, it doesn't, because it leaves a rock.
Victory.
Yeah, we're fine. We're fine.